Welcome back everybody. In this video I'm gonna tell you why I think the second lens you should buy, after your kit lens of course, should be a telephoto lens instead of a wide angle lens. So the chances are very high that the first lens you own is the kit lens that came with your camera, and usually those are around 24 to 70 millimeters full frame equivalent. So I think most people that have a camera and start photography lean towards the wide angle side of things and think landscape shot should include as much as possible from the scene that's in front of them. I don't think so, and I'm gonna tell you my couple of reasons. I think 4 reasons why I don't think so, and why the second lens you buy, after your kit lens of course, should be a telephoto lens instead of a wide angle lens. First reason why I think you should get a telephoto lens before you get a wide angle lens is that with a wide angle lens, shots tend to be very messy instead of being balanced. Because with a wide angle lens, usually you will have a lot of elements in the picture, in the composition, that tend to distract the viewer from the initial subject. You have to know how to compose an image like that with so many elements, or maybe even simplify it to take some of the distracting elements away. First of all though, today my goal is to revisit some locations that I scouted out for fall in hopes of the leaves color changing, and yeah, I'm already at the first location. I've been here I think a couple of weeks ago in a video. I'm just gonna show you right here. It's this little path that leads beneath the tree. Shot it a couple of weeks ago. I'm just gonna show you real quick. And I thought for fall, when the colors of the leaves change a little bit, it's gonna look better, but as you can see, nothing yet. It's still green. I actually have a problem right now. It's already 18 and the sun sets at 18:30, and I still have to go to another location that I wanted to visit today, that I scouted a couple of weeks ago, but it's about 20 minutes away I think, so I'll just hurry there and see if I make it in time to take a cool picture. Okay, I already made it to the parking lot of the second location. Now I'm walking there. Still have about 10 to 15 minutes left until the sun starts to set, and yeah, I think I'm gonna make it. I'm going to the location from last video, actually. The cliff with the birch trees, with yellow leaves, the birch trees on. I'm trying to reshoot that picture, and I'm hoping the colors have changed a little more, so maybe yellow, reddish. Alright, I actually made it to the location in time, and as you can see behind me, it looks beautiful. The only problem is, right now there is no sunlight anymore, because the sun, well, it's setting right now, but there's just a couple of clouds, so there's no sunlight on the trees, and due to there not being any sunlight on the trees, there is literally no separation between the trees on the cliff and the trees in the back, and that was the case in the previous picture I took, last week's video I think, or last video rather. Yeah, but anyway, it looks really beautiful. Already orange and red, all the trees, and I might just come back another time when the sun is shining on there. So, reason number 2 why I think you should get a telephoto lens before you get a wide angle lens is the effect of the compression you get with a telephoto lens. You cannot reproduce with a wide angle lens, except of course if you zoom in, but you'll lose way too much resolution, so don't do that. I'm out right here. You can see behind me the sun is setting, and I'm trying to frame this tree, or a couple of trees, but I'm trying to frame the middle tree, so the sun is basically the same size behind that tree, and I'm using this grass here in the foreground basically just as a foreground interest, or rather as a negative space, and yeah, I think it'll make for quite a cool picture. And also another problem, I'm out right now trying to take pictures, and I was having a really hard time because there seem to be a lot of distractions in most of the pictures that I shoot with either well, wide angle and I guess like a medium focal length. I can't find a clean shot because there are distractions everywhere, and so I just put on my telephoto lens, as you can see, and I'm shooting the picture like that. So that's a big benefit of having a telephoto lens. Reason number 3 why I think you should purchase a telephoto lens before you purchase a wide-angle lens is you can somewhat reproduce the effect of the wide-angle lens with your normal kit lens. Earlier I said that the kit lens, usually at its widest, has a 24 or 27 millimeter full-frame equivalent focal length, and you can just, if that's not enough for you, of course, you can go wider than that if you just turn your camera vertically and in portrait, and you can just take, let's say, 3 to 5 shots of the scene you want to capture, and then stack them together in Photoshop later, and that way you will get a wider shot. And of course, I know there are some conditions where you can't do that. For example, when doing seascape photography and you want to capture a wave in a certain spot, you will not get this wave in the same spot on all of these pictures, but yeah, you can somewhat work around most conditions where you would need a wide-angle lens. So yeah, there you go. Alright, I think you can see I'm home already, and yeah, from the last clip I think you could see that the ISO had to be bumped up. It was getting way too dark, so I headed home. Anyway, my 4th reason why I think you should get the telephoto before you get the wide-angle lens is that it's way easier to get cool pictures with a telephoto than it is using a wide-angle lens. For example, and this goes hand in hand with my first reason, when you use a wide-angle lens, you have to watch every single part of the image very carefully. You have to compose the image very carefully to get a clean shot that looks amazing. And sometimes that's not really possible because there are way too many distractions in the picture. And if you actually see an interesting subject you would like to shoot, I think it's usually way easier to take your telephoto lens out and compose your image that way, rather than having to watch every single thing around the subject to carefully compose it and maybe not even be able to properly highlight your subject. Alright. These are my 4 reasons why I think you should get the telephoto lens over the wide-angle lens. And actually this morning I was thinking of another one. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of it earlier. It's a very significant one though. It's the price of the lenses. Usually, or I think, if you have a budget of around 800 euros, let's say, for a second lens, I think you're better off getting or spending that money on a telephoto lens, like this here. It's 70 to 300 Fujifilm X system lens, and you'll pay around 900 euros for it new, and if you get it used, 700 to 800 euros. And there's also other options with the same image quality with just a little less reach. You'll get it for around, I think, 600 euros. And I think you're better off putting that money on a telephoto lens, because a wide-angle lens you can get way cheaper, because in my opinion, you don't really need autofocus on a wide-angle lens, because you can basically, this right here, it's a Samyang 12mm f2. It goes from f2 to f22. It's really only useful between f5.6 to f11. I think all the other apertures are very subpar, but yeah, I don't really mind that it's a manual focus lens. It doesn't have autofocus, because I can basically set the focus to infinity, and usually everything is in focus anyway, like everything further than 2 to 3 meters away is in focus, and that is not the case with a telephoto lens. So yeah, I think you're better off putting a little more money on the telephoto lens side of things than on the manual focus, than on the wide angle lens side of things. Yeah. So that's the fifth reason for you, right there. Alright, this is it for the video today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like down below. And yeah, maybe I was able to convince you with my arguments. If I was, let me know down in the comments below. If I wasn't, let me know down in the comments below why you don't think so. I'm really looking forward to hear your opinions on this. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. And maybe I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.